This is the Church of St. Paul in the Desert.
In our home, we listen primarily to KUSC. According to its website, KUSC is the largest and most listened to public radio nonprofit classical music station in the country. Because it is listener supported, there is a membership drive 4 times a year. Last month was the fall membership drive. During the 10 days of the drive, the announcers invited us to become members. The emphasis this fall was on becoming a sustaining member, that is, making an ongoing monthly pledge by credit card. I was surprised on the semi-penultimate day. I've been wanting to use that word for a long time. And Andrew and I had a conversation this morning after the 8 o'clock service whether it should be semi-penultimate or anti-penultimate. I was surprised on the semi-penultimate day when I heard one announcer begin a conversation by talking about a word I've never heard them use before. He even mentioned how seldom that word is used, especially in their context. The word is stewardship. He asked us to become members so the station could remain on the air to support its mission. The mission? To make classical music and the arts a more important part of more people's lives by presenting high-quality classical music programming. And this became a point of connection for me between their membership drive to raise funds to support their mission and our stewardship program at the Church of St. Paul in the Desert to carry out what is the heart of our mission, serving Christ in others. Last week, Father Andrew alluded to the gospel that we just read. Jesus' disciples were admiring the large stones and the large buildings of the temple complex. Jesus responded, "Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone will be left here upon another. All will be thrown down." When you visit the Temple Mount in Jerusalem today, you see that the temple was completely destroyed. And that happened within only a few years of Jesus' lifetime. This part of Mark's gospel is known as apocalyptic literature. It is read at the end of the liturgical calendar. It is often considered a prescriptive warning for people to be prepared for tribulations and destruction at the end of time. Thus, it is a dire prediction. Instead, when we study apocalyptic literature, and therefore this gospel, we understand that it should be heard as a description of the movement of history toward a positive present reality. Just as Jesus lived in challenging times, we also live in challenging times, although for different reasons. Yet, the warning is the same. Don't put your trust in institutions or buildings. We don't know when the big earthquake will shake our foundations, or a scandal will destroy our confidence, or an explosion will blast our neighborhood, or fire will ravage our buildings, or a storm will roar through our region, devastating everything in its path. And these are just a few examples of the news we've had in the past few weeks. So, as a community, we must focus on what endures. What endures is God's love. God's love for you, God's love for me, God's love for everyone. That is what we focus on here at the Church of St. Paul in the Desert. At the heart of that focus is serving Christ in others. Just as stewardship at KUSC means supporting their mission statement, stewardship at the Church of St. Paul in the Desert means supporting the heart of our mission statement, serving Christ in others. The thank you note our administrative assistant Susan recently designed demonstrates our focus. The focus on ways we are serving Christ in others. Around thank you, on the cover, are listed ways our offerings are used in serving Christ in others. Altar Guild, Benevolence Fund, Bishop's Discretionary Fund, Camp Stevens, Children's Ministry, Clergy Special Expense Fund, Counseling Program, Desert AIDS Walk, Dorcas House, Episcopal Community Services, Episcopal Relief and Development, Good Friday Offering for Jerusalem, Prayer Shawl Ministry, Roy's Desert Resource Center, the Church in Haiti, United Thank Offering, and Well in the Desert. On this Celebration Sunday, we place our pledges on the altar for blessing. We celebrate the blessings we have been given and the opportunities we have to serve Christ in others. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask you to stand and one more time read aloud with me our church's mission statement from the front cover of our worship folder. Notice how serving Christ in others is at the heart of our purpose. Will you stand? God has invited us to share the abundant life of